So I was talking to a friend of mine a while back about Catcher in the Rye, and they asked me what it was about. So I basically explained the plot to him. I told him it was about a 15-year-old kid named Holden Caulfield who is anti-conformist and definitely blunt about his displeasure and his his non-use for the fakeness and phoniness of society, the fakeness and phoniness of adulthood, and basically rejects everything that society tells him he should be. And he gets kicked out of school for being different and being unique. And instead of going home to face the disdain of his parents, who really feel alienated from him, he chooses to spend a few days in New York just going around, meeting people, getting into misadventures, and coming, basically, ending up in a mental hospital in California. When I explained this, my friend said, well, when he goes through all these things, does he change? Does he grow? And that made me think, does Holden Caulfield grow as a character? Does he go through all of these things and comes out of the other side better or stronger or smarter? And I don't think necessarily he grows so much as he's just proven right. Holden from the outset definitely has some very strong opinions that Salinger seems to justify him having through these encounters with both people he doesn't know, like a prostitute who strings him for long, only to have her pimp beat the shit out of him, to whiny, stuck-up, pompous debutante girls that he went to school with, to even one of his teachers seeming to try to sexually assault him. Holden, and by extension Salinger, definitely has some negative and very anti-trustful views of people. And these experiences only seem to confirm Holden Caulfield's view of humanity instead of change it. Does Holden Caulfield grow? I wouldn't say that. But these experiences are kind of given as a series of events to show the reader that you can't trust people, that you can't trust the world, that society is going to tell you to be, a certain way when we should all just be who we are. Holden's adventures tell us that society will try to change you and mold you and put you into a cookie-cutter box instead of trying to allow you to express you to be who you are, to express you to be who you, and to express yourself in any kind of way, and to squash any kind of difference or eccentricity people may have. Holden doesn't like this, and Holden is kind of a hero for anti-conformity. He's a hero for being yourself. He's a hero for, honesty. He's a hero for, truthfulness. All that said, yes, he's still a socially awkward, bitter, 15 going on 16-year-old kid. He's gonna be whiny. He's gonna be smartass. He's gonna say things that rub people the wrong way. And at the end of the day, Holden isn't trying to do this. He isn't trying to piss anyone off. He's just disenchanted with everything. People have fucked him over and he's tired of it. And so he's so tired of it, he's become to the point where he doesn't try to hide anything. He doesn't feel people should have to hide anything. And so Salinger takes him on this adventure, and us with it, to show that the world is this way, people are this way, and society is this way, and shows that Holden isn't wrong. And nor do I think Holden is wrong. I like Holden, because most people read him as a whiny, selfish brat, but when in fact I think of him as just a very blunt, honest kid. And yes, he does have some kind of whiny moments, but he also has a lot of likable and funny moments. Holden is a witty kid. He's smart, he's funny, he's interesting. He has a very unique, slanted kind of look at the world. And I think that's interesting, and it makes the novel interesting, because it's basically just kind of a road trip through New York, as Holden sees it, while he explains his philosophical views on the way, which are also interesting. Holden cares a lot about, kids, because kids are honest. They don't have the facade of, do this, don't do that, think this way adults have. And that's what draws him to kids in the first place. And that's why really the only characters he comes into contact with, or that he likes, seem to be kids. For that reason. So, I don't know, I had to explain this to my friend. And I had to say no, asterisk, but all these things I just said. So Holden Caulfield doesn't necessarily grow so much as just get all of his views proven as right. And they're not wrong. The world is a scary and bad place. People are inherently selfish and will step on you if they want to get their way. They will try to fuck you in the ass. They will tell you how to be. Like, society does, deem this way is the correct way to be. Holden's not wrong. And when I first read this novel as a 17-year-old kid, I completely relate to it, and I still relate to it now. In fact, now as a grown man and as a writer who has studied language and different people's writing, I understand the brilliance of it, as well as just how the language of the novel perfectly articulates the situation and feelings that Holden is having and going through. So that's just kind of my long-winded explanation to answer the question of the video's title, does Holden grow? No, but then again, he seemed to have grown before the story even started. Anyways, that's just my, take on Catcher in the Rye. A lot of people will probably disagree with me in the comments, and a lot of people will think I'm just blowing smoke up people's asses, but I don't care. That's my opinion. And that's going with the story's theme of just, I'm being myself. I'm being honest, and I'm expressing how I see the world. So, anyways, that's just my little bit, I wouldn't say it's a hot take, because it's something I thought about a lot, but it's my opinion. So, take it with a pinch of salt. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.